What up? What up? What up? This is Mike, the philosopher, the seer, here with the esteemed panel, Black Mellow, Kamal Risto. And today is a topic that is just kind of hot off the press. It's kind of crazy. Your boy Kanye wrote his own Bible. That's right. You heard it right. He wrote his own Bible. Now here at BMR, here's what we do. We cover rankings of certain things and we cover existential questions, okay? And every now and then we'll review something. Today we're reviewing the book of Yeezy. The book of Yeezus. Okay, I'm gonna show a picture of the book of Yeezus in this video. But the question is, what's up with Kanye? Black, you tell me.
Kanye is doing exactly what he told to do, in my humble opinion. I don't know him personally, but based off what I've seen from him, he does things that draw a lot of attention. He wants attention. He was the only child, and then, he got a contract with people. So whatever they need him to do to stir up some controversy, because controversy sells and relates to currency eventually. You can leverage attention these days with, that's what he's doing, in my opinion. Like, he does this Sunday service talk and he makes you believe that, he's some type of real believer in a book, and then he turns around and does exactly what the book tells you never to do. It's blurry. Yeah, the book tells you never. It said none of these will have its mate. You can't add or subtract from the Bible. You cannot add or subtract from the Bible. And this man is a believer.
That's a rule, huh?
Well, that's a law in the word. That's a law of truth. You cannot add or subtract from it if you're a believer, right? Now, if you're a blasphemous, blatant sinner, then you're going to do whatever you want to do, because that's what this world is all about. Doing whatever I want to do. Do as thou wilt.
And what version is that a law? Is that the Christian book? Is that the Quran?
No, it's not in the Quran. The Quran just means to recite. Quran, in my humble opinion, only reciting the scriptures. But it's in an Islamic version of the scriptures. And it came after the scriptures. So it's not in the Quran. It's literally in the Word of God, in the Holy Bible. It's not in a version like a New Testament or old. It ain't in old, King James specifically, or, it's in the Word. So anybody who believes in it is supposed to abide by it. That's how you know who believe in it. And dog don't believe in it.
I'm kind of curious about that law of not adding or subtracting anything. How do things not become outdated, or how do things not become, or corrected if there's contradictions or things like that? I mean, if you can't, you're not supposed to edit the book at all, and I get that, but if it's a book that's designed for a certain type of blind faith, or some would say even a manipulation, doesn't that make the job easier for the writers of it to keep you to keep it where it continues to do its psychological job on you? Or am I just tripping?
I'm not understanding your question.
My question is, say for instance, say for instance this was a mind control book. You can't really add or control anything or correct or edit anything in order to get out of the psychological mind control. You kind of stuck in a mindset is what I'm saying. Right? And it will be like that for years and years to come. So wouldn't that be like a psychological weapon almost? Could it be used for
Well,
as a psychological weapon?
well, when you use it in the frame of mind that is meant to do that, it's meant to control you in the first place, then I can come to that same conclusion. But if you look at it like common sense rules that were just so happen to be documented, then you understand the longevity of the actual laws because it's common sense. So it's a matter of perspective. Thou shalt not kill will never go out of style. I don't care if it was 1,000 years ago or tomorrow. You shouldn't kill, right? Thou shalt not steal will never go out of style. I don't care if that was 2,000 years ago or tomorrow. You shouldn't steal. It's common sense.
Well, yeah.
This is the perspective that you're supposed to look at it, not mind control, but doggone common sense.
Yeah, that part is common sense. But there are a lot of things in there maybe not so common, you know.
Like
Ski, what do you think?
Wait, hold on. Before you answer, what's not common? Point that out to me.
There are a lot of, well, I kind of go back to a lot of the stories. The Noah story is not so common.
No, I'm talking about the laws, though, specifically. Is this a difference between the illustration of the lives that they lived and the laws that they were supposed to abide by? There's a separation there. So
well,
what are you talking about?
all of it really is based on opinion. I mean, there are 3 commandments in there that's really, or 2 or 3 that's really dedicated to, making sure you continue to worship God, right? And then there's another one, don't, eat on the Sabbath. There's a lot of commandments. Like if you go down the list, there's more than just the 10. There's a lot that really, and when you start getting down to those commandments, a lot of them really aren't common commandments. Now I don't have them next to me or anything, but I can recall there being some that were a little abstract, to say the least. I mean, would you agree with that?
Do you know of them in particular, though?
There are a lot of them. There are a lot of them. I don't know. I can't really pull one of them out right now, but
all right. But listen, yes, the what it is there is a order that has been set in place of a sovereign power. This sovereign power basically chose a sovereign people. In doing so, he commanded them in order to stay in power to do exactly as he instructed. And he would keep them in power on top, the salt of the earth, so on and so forth. Everyone else will be subject to them, right? So, and at one time in history, if we look at history, we can tell that was actually a fact of history. They were on top. They were royalty. They were on top of everything. Lender not to borrow, above, not beneath. the head and not the tail. But something happened in history where we can tell. He said to them same people in writing, if you go against what I'm telling you to do, I'm going to tear you down. I'm going to make sure the weakest people on earth will rule over you to embarrass you, same way you embarrass me. So now the ball is in your court. If you want to stay on top, we're going to do what I say. He ain't suggesting nothing. He's a sovereign. He's a God. He ain't got to ask, really. He could make you, but he want to see that you dedicated and you loyal. So by doing so, follow these steps and you'll let me know with your actions, because love is an action word. Most people just talk. So if you don't do it, I'm going to tear you down, and I'm going to have the weakest people I ever created rule over the strongest people I ever created to embarrass you. Because you going against me, I'm going to go against you. And not eating on the Sabbath, as an example, is a part of that faithfulness, that dedication, because man can't live by bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord. So the issue is dedication. The issue is separating some time to show homage, the power that's keeping you breathing right now. It's not a religious thing. It's a dedication. It's knowing, where you are in this world. It's knowing you still alive because of that power. It's a lot of people ain't here right now. Wish they could be. And if they would have had some kind of text message from God that said, listen, I'll bring you back if you worship me, I bet you they'll raise their hand and be like, yeah, bring me back to life. And I will do everything you're saying. But they ain't got that option. We do. And we sitting right here and we blatantly disrespectful toward the very life that we got because of it. So, it's an instruction book. It's a history book. It's a book of laws, commandments, a book of love. It's a book of war. I mean, it's a world history book, but it just so happens that it really legitimately only belongs to us, and we get on it.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Ski? First of all, let me ask you this. What do you think of Kanye bringing out his own Bible?
Well, like he was just saying, it's all of that. It's all of them books, but it's not, it's definitely not a psychological weapon. Stop it. Anyhow, what Kanye doing or Clone Way doing is that's blasphemy. Yeah, that's all they do, because they know who we are. These heathens they funny, That's all, some little happy, game they playing, because that's what they do, But you know what the psychological weapons is? A spinning ball, chemtrails, Operation MK, a rapper, I don't even believe Kanye even exists. Yeah, dig that.
You don't believe Kanye exists?
Come on, man. None of them people real. They fake.
Let me ask you this. If Julius Caesar can write his own Bible, why can't Kanye West?
Bible.
Huh?
He wrote a Bible.
Oh, yeah. Julius Caesar? Yeah.
We ain't talking about life. We ain't talking about the truth. We ain't talking about what our Elohim gave us,
Well,
whatever man, we're talking about what a man did. I ain't talking about what a man did.
I'm talking about the Bible. If Julius Caesar can write his own Bible, why can't Kanye?
He didn't write a Bible.
Yes, he did.
That's all I'm saying. And what Kanye wrote, that's not a Bible. That's a game. That's a joke. It's blasphemy.
It's blasphemy?
Yeah.
Why is it blasphemy when he do it, but it's not when Julius Caesar do it?
It's the same thing. Well, why is it different?
Exactly. That's my point.
Who's
to say which one is better?
Has some power.
They both were written by men, arrogant men.
And the reason he got that power is because of what we had did. That's it. But Julius Caesar ain't nobody.
Yeah, but y'all still reading his Bible.
Okay, that's what you're trying to say. That's his, huh?
Yeah, that's his. The
Yeah.
Flavians wrote that Bible for Julius Caesar.
Okay. Okay. You know, they did.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me understand this.
Yes.
It's
Josephus, your favorite, Ski. Josephus. Flavian.
Hold on. You said
wrote
Josephus wrote the Bible?
Wrote the Bible for Julius Caesar. Yes.
Okay, listen.
It is
First off.
Go ahead.
First off, Josephus was a reporter. You could look at him as a bi-coastal reporter at the time that he was documenting the war. He was no person of authority. He was subject to the throne at the time.
Subject to the throne.
He couldn't write his own name unless he was given permission. Yeah, he was not in nobody of authority like that, where he could commission himself to rewrite scrolls and not get crucified.
Josephus. You talking about Josephus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Josephus was a historian type.
He wasn't. He was a Jewish businessman.
He was
a Jewish. He
wasn't Jewish. He was actually a Hebrew.
No, he was a Jewish. He was the whole Flavian
and
family.
This is why
the whole Flavian family is Jewish, man.
Listen, there's no such thing as Jewish in real life.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Jewish people of today. He was that.
That's my point. They don't exist either.
They exist.
You talking about some made up stuff?
No, I'm not talking about no made up stuff. I'm saying the Flavians are what can be considered today as the Jewish, and he worked for.
So King James was Jewish too?
Nah, not King James. I'm talking about the Flavians, okay? And the Flavians wrote the Bible for the Caesar family because he inserted, and we're going to get deep with this. He inserted Julius Caesar in as God. Okay? So when you worship the Most High, you're worshiping Julius Caesar.
No, you're not.
Yes.
Okay, where's that written?
I hate to break this news to y'all.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
Where is that in the scripture? Where is that?
Of course it's not going to be in the scripture because it's designed to fool you all. That's what it is.
You said it's not?
It's designed to fool you all into believing that it's a Most High. Well, let me finish. It's designed to make you believe it is a Most High, but it's actually Julius Caesar. Okay, he didn't put his name in it on purpose because he knew the real Hebrews would not pay attention to the book.
Yeah, I bet. That's real convenient.
It's convenient. And guess what? It has worked for 2,000 years.
As a platform of truth.
It has worked.
Listen, man. Prove it.
Prove
it. He wrote it.
He wrote it. The Flavians wrote the book.
That ain't enough.
He hired them to write the book.
You making a statement.
He said insert. He said insert me in as God, and he said insert.
Caesar ain't that smart. He's not that. He's not intelligent at all.
Well, look. Here's what happened.
Besides
here's what happened.
There was plenty. Listen, there was plenty Bibles.
None of them heathens.
There's plenty versions.
Yeah, them heathens stole everything.
Here's what happened. Here's what happened. Julius Caesar conquered Egypt. Okay, he conquered Egypt. He said to the Egyptians, which were black people, he said, "Y'all I don't care if you continue to worship Ra and all this, that, and the third, but now you have to worship me. I am your God. Caesar thought he was a god. He looked at himself as a god. Okay, so the original Egyptians or Kemites or Hamites, they was like, you know what? No, we don't care that you conquered Egypt. There is only one God, the Ra. It was Ra at the time. There was only one God, and that's Ra. Hold on, and then Julius Caesar, he said,
That's a great story.
You Negroes is gonna worship me, whether you like it or not. Okay, and this is why in the
like you was there during that point in history. Who told you this stuff? Because that's all.
I do the knowledge, Ski.
You did the knowledge on what? What did you do the knowledge on? Because all that is a lie. That's a fairy tale.
That's not a fairy tale.
The Bible, we following Caesar's Bible, and we praying to Caesar. Caesar is God. Who is Caesar? You know, you the one who worships Caesar. Caesar
no,
all about.
I don't worship Caesar. You guys are worshiping a man from Rome. You're worshiping Julius Caesar, and here's the thing, okay? He was mad that the Hebrews was not worshiping him, so he devised a trick. And he hired the Flavians. Now, throughout history, they will lie and tell you the Flavians was historians, and no, they wasn't. They was hired work, okay? It was hired work, but they're going to tell you and lie to you and tell you historians to give it credibility. Okay, now let me ask y'all something. Why do you think that the Most High has all of these emotions, like jealousy? What's the first commandment? Thou shalt not worship any other gods before me. Who you think said that? Caesar said that. Thou shalt, that's the first commandment. You don't think that's a man? You think that's a Most High?
Do you know that that's in a scroll thousands of years before Caesar was ever thought of?
Thou shalt not worship no more idols. It's emotional.
You gotta do better.
Listen.
Please tell me this ain't your argument.
Any divine Most High. Hold on, let me finish. Any divine Most High is not going to sit up here. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna relax. Any divine entity is not going to be emotional. Okay, like
not as you.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm a human being. I'm pretty divine, but I'm not the Most High. But what I'm saying is, any divine entity is not going to be emotional and not going to exude jealousy. Okay, if you ever wondered why there are so many jealous emotions coming from a lot of the commandments and a lot of the things that the Most High demand of you, is because it's not a divine entity. It is a man. Julius Caesar is presented as God in the Bible, but he did not want to put his name in it because he knew you Negroes would never worship it. Okay, and he hired people. This is how this is just how cunning that they were with the Bible. Okay, the Flavians are not no historians. Everybody, let me give you a clue about something. Pretty much everybody who is held in high regard in history did some dirt and it's lies. That goes for
about one empire, isn't it?
Hold on, but
let's
that goes
to the next empire.
Because they were the ones. You know what they say to the to the victor goes the spoils, or they write the history, right? So they put Cleopatra as some goddess. She was not. Okay, even though she was black, she was not. The histories has lied to us about everybody. Julius Caesar is God. Cleopatra was she was the pharaoh. She
like
was
the science and space part. You believe that part of history, but the real part of history you don't believe. Dig that.
The real part of history. This is not the real part of history, man. I could show you a lot of stuff, Ski, that will blow your top off. Okay, and the Flavians, like I said, the Flavians are not no historians. There's a lot of stuff. Even the figure of Jesus was manufactured. Y'all don't even know how much stuff was manufactured to make you believe what you believe right now.
I'm talking about the real part.
I'm giving you,
and his name ain't Jesus. Yeezus.
Well, that's
blasphemy again.
I know. I'm giving you a lot of red pill stuff, and I apologize. It's probably hard to swallow. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is.
All right, so check this. Let me rebuttal.
Go ahead.
You've been chopping it up.
Go ahead.
All right. So all that is basuda. That's first off. That's basuda. All right. And the reason it's basuda is because the commandment came thousands of years before Caesar was ever born. It didn't come from him. Okay? A lot of people throughout our captivities have taken control of the one thing that they know we hold dear. Point and example, Constantine. I'm gonna add to your story to try to help you out, even though it's a losing battle.
Constantine had a
hold on. This is my point here.
Writing team.
This is my point here.
Go ahead.
Hold that thought. Constantine was said to have converted into the Hebrews' faith, becoming a Christian at the time, right? He became a Christian, right? Now, he didn't become a Christian because he truly believed in the word. He became a Christian because he knew the only way to have power and authority over those type of people who did have a God above them, because he wanted to be like their God, only way they would respect him to that level or anywhere close was to become a believer like them. So he chose to falsely convert into their belief and start making changes. One of the changes he made, because he was a pagan, was sun worship. So he started changing the holy days from Saturday, which is the Sabbath, to Sunday. So he started enforcing, as a fellow believer, Sunday worship, right? So that was just one example of yet another so-called ruler over us implementing falsehoods. But
all right, let me say this.
Understand Black. This. There's a distinguishment.
Okay.
Hold on. There's a distinction between modern day Christians, right, and actual commandment keeper believers, people of the lineage with eyes to see.
Let me ask you this. Who you think I guess you could say demonized paganism? Who do you think like to sun worship? That's bad. Who you think did that?
Who demonized paganism? The Most High.
No. No, it was that kingdom. You know why?
Which one is it, bro? Which one is
it was the Roman kingdom. You know why? Because black people worship the sun. Okay? So guess what? They demonized it as paganism, as something you should not worship, because that come from the original Egyptians. So they demonized all of that stuff. The very fact that you call it paganism with disgust is due to you being a product of their mind control. You're
Paganism,
exercising
listen.
it now. There is
Hear what I'm
nothing
saying.
wrong with
Hear what I'm
worshiping
saying.
the sun. But if
Okay.
if you're not melanated, you're not going to want to worship the sun, and you're going to
All right,
demonize it.
Listen,
Ra was the
Yeah.
sun.
they worship the moon too. By the
Ra,
way.
Ra
By
was the
way, to
sun. Am I
listen,
right? Am I
hold-
right?
hold
though?
that thought.
Was Ra
Hold that thought,
was
man.
Ra
Hold
the
that thought.
sun? Was Ra the
Hold that
sun?
thought. I
Because they don't
know
want you to
who Ra
worship
is.
the
He don't
Egyptian
exist.
religion. They want you to worship. They stole the whole religion from the Egyptians,
Bruh.
and they rewrote it.
Well, it's to this day. To this day.
Yeah,
they did. They
yeah,
all
they
pagans.
plagiarized it.
heathens.
They took some of the ideologies out of it, and they put their own. Instead of Ra, it's
all heathens.
It's the Most
I don't
High.
care.
Instead of
You're not-
Horus,
That's a
it's
moot
Jesus.
point.
Instead of
Well,
you know,
listen.
ISIS is the Virgin Mary. They just
Okay,
plagiarized everything.
so hold on. You rambling.
I'm not
you
rambling.
rambling.
You're just
Listen,
not
man.
letting me talk.
I heard
It's
everything
almost
you
like you
said.
don't want
You're
me to
making the
say
same
what
point.
I got on my mind. You always try to interrupt me when I talk, but go ahead.
Bruh, hold that thought, man. You do got a lot of emotion in you. You brought that point
I'm
up
just
for a
letting you
reason.
guys know that because I see how y'all is with this, and I see the mind control, because you even saying
Dude, go into your
plagiarism
paganism if you
yourself.
want to, man.
Go ahead. You got heathen history. That's heathen history.
That ain't
You
no
ain't
heathen
saying
history.
Dude,
Tell me where the lie is. Tell me what a lie is.
that's all. It's part true, but it's true for the wrong reasons. It don't benefit nobody.
You tell me the right reason. Right reason why it's true.
Okay, well,
Brian.
here's what it is. It's true because they're all pagan. They all were in cahoots to take over and influence the Hebrews. Whoever had the Hebrews, what under their subjection ruled, and whoever ruled always wanted to stay in rulership. The only way they could do that is if we went against our God. Only way you can get us to go against our God is to take over on some level and convince us that what we believe in need to be discredited so we could stay in subjection. Even unto this day, that's what they've done. There's a Septuagint out there. There's a plethora of different versions of Bibles to help you again, to help you. Maybe you did or didn't know, but there's a plethora of them. But it's not about that. What it's about is the properly dividing and understanding what is being said. Christ, when he was alive, he spoke to people out loud. But when pagans walked by, he spoke to his true disciples differently. And they even asked him, why are you speaking to us different when people come around? Well, he was like, well, everything, and I'm summarizing, everything ain't meant for everybody. You don't throw your pearls to swine. They ain't gonna be able to benefit or respect what I'm telling them. But it's high knowledge I'm giving y'all, because y'all closest to me. So everything ain't for everybody. If you created a trust of value, and then you was writing it in a public forum at a lunchroom table, when people start coming over, looking over your shoulder, trying to see what you're putting in your trust, you'll try to hide it. And they'd be like, why are you hiding it? Well, because it's a value and it ain't for you.
All right. We running out of time. Ski, you got something to add to this, man? I mean, the question is about Kanye and him writing his own Bible. And my
Kanye is a clown, man. He's playing a clown, writing a Bible, a Kanye Bible. That's a clown. He's done. He's cooked. You can stick a fork in him. Dang. He's done. He's doing exactly what a gesture would do to Rome, to the emperor. He's dancing. He's shucking and diving. He got a Sunday service, which is blasphemy already because it's on Sunday. Like, you kidding?
Let me read you what his Bible. Let me read you what his Bible says. It says the book of Yeezus.
I don't need to know what.
Hold on. Let me read it for everybody who watches. The book of Yeezus, Genesis. Okay, I am God. Everybody says who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A God just tells you that that's who I think I am. Okay, now it said in the beginning, Kanye created the heavens and the earth. Okay, and the earth.
No, it don't say that. It don't say that.
Yeah, Kanye created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the spirit of Kanye,
man, at this point,
moved upon the face of the waters. Man, let me finish my thoughts, Black.
Yeah.
And Kanye said, "Let there be light." Kanye said that, and there was light. And Kanye saw the light that it was, and Kanye divided the light from the darkness.
All right. Okay. So listen, we ain't got a lot of time left, but I do understand what the Bible itself says. But the fact that he putting Kanye in front of all that is absolutely demonically, savagely blasphemous. And the boy will pay for what he's doing. You ain't got to believe it, but it's a fact anyway.
All right. Well, with that said, we're going to wrap this up. Maybe we'll do a part 2. I don't know. But since the BMR covered it, now it's official. Sorry it got a little heated, y'all, but we'll see y'all in the next one. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, and peace out.
Shalom, shalom.